there, Skeleton Key here, and I am back with part 3 of my year-end TBR, and I'm going to try to make this quick so that I can get this posted. So first I want to start off with a few more changes that I have made to my reading plan for the end of the year. I had to give the Diaries of Hannah Colwick back to the library. Turns out, no, you don't even get 3 weeks anymore. They at about 10 days, they're like, yeah, we need this back now, or we're charging you. So in its place, I have borrowed from Hoopla. It's called The Sandman's Journal, Volume 1 by Wilfred Kanu Jr., a hip-hop artist. I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about hip-hop. So I expect this will be enlightening. Something completely different. And then for my Q book, I have changed to The Queen, Aretha Franklin by Michael Gilmore. And that is a very, very short biography of Aretha Franklin. And it was an Audible freebie some time ago, last year sometime, I think. I like her music, but I don't really know anything about her as a person, so that will be interesting. Okay, so for the Anne Rice prompt, I'm reading Interview with the Vampire, and it's very, very slow moving. I'm on page like 35, and I'm like, come on, moving along. But then I got to thinking, who wrote the screenplay? I've never seen the movie. So I looked it up, and Anne Rice did write the screenplay for the movie. So I started on that, and it's much shorter. It's only, I think, 182 pages, and that's screenplay pages, which read a lot faster than novel pages. It's very different so far. Even just a little bit into it, it's already very, very different. So I'm going to try that and see if that moves more quickly. I think it will. So instead of the novel, which, I'm not very far into at all, I think those are the only changes I've made. I did finish Redwall. I had some issues with the language, the sort of pidgin English that the sparrows use that just felt wrong to me. And also how good and evil seem to be very, very much tied to what species you are. It's like all the mice are good and all the rats are bad, and that just doesn't sit well with me. And the world building felt strange. But it was entertaining. So now back to other books that I have on my list. So next up would be The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. And so this is that special anniversary edition that I bought a while back. And I intended to read it pretty much right away, and that didn't happen. And so I think what I'm going to do, I'll try to get to it this year, but this year is quickly disappearing, so that probably won't happen. So my idea of doing a series of videos about my Christie reading, I may kick that off in earnest in January. And next is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And the prompt for this is a book borrowed from a friend. I borrowed this from my friend Mildred, and I do want to finish it soon. So I might be able to get to that by the end of the year, because it's very short. I've already started it, so that's a definite contender for something that I can read by the end of the year. And then I think the prompt for this one was a 2019 Goodreads winner. So Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs? And it's fairly short. I mean, it sounds really interesting, so I might be able to do this one. And then there was a prompt to read a literary magazine. So I have several of these. The Missouri Review. This is, I believe, the oldest one I have at the moment, and it is from winter 2016. Upstarts is the title of this particular issue. I don't read a lot of literary magazines. It's been a long time. I used to read like Ellery Queen and Alfred Hitchcock. I used to read those very regularly. So that's an interesting prompt. And then this, I believe, was one of the prompts on the Reading Women Challenge, the Collected Schizophrenias. This was also an effed up book selection. And this is another one, The Tiger's Wife. This is another one that was on the Reading Women Challenge. But I think this is one of the Women's Prize winners, and that's why it's there. And this was also a book club selection for my neighborhood book club a while back, and I never did read it. I think I got 5 pages into it and put it down. I don't know. We'll see. I've noticed the Women's Prize books usually are not ones that really interest me, and so that's one reason I'm probably not going to do the Reading Women Challenge again, because it very much focuses on this genre of, I guess, women's literary fiction that most times just does not appeal to me. But I'll give it another go. And then also for the Reading Women Challenge, Isabel Allende, The House of the Spirits. I've tried several times to get into this. And this was on the Reading Women Challenge. This was a bonus challenge to read something by Isabel Allende. I don't know if there's anything shorter, if there's anything that would be more to my liking. But this is considered a classic of magical realism, and I feel like I ought to read it just so that I can know for sure how I feel about it, if that makes sense. It's sort of like with Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. It's like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to hate that book, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to hate it. So I feel like I ought to read it just to know better how I hate it. And maybe that's silly, and maybe that's just a waste of my time. I don't know. But there are books like that even if I don't like them, I will feel better for having finished them. And I think, is that it? Oh, I did have 2 more on my list that I have not sourced yet. To the Lighthouse was, I think, a book written in the 1920s, and that I can source on Hoopla if I have time. And then Take a Hint, Danny Brown. That's the second book in that Brown Sisters trilogy, and it is out now. So whereas I think the other one is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I think that's the final one. It is not out, but this one is out, so I could theoretically go ahead and finish that this year. Which brings me to, what can I realistically get through in these final days of 2020? Interview with the Vampire. I can knock out that screenplay. Screenplays read very, very quickly. Animals Make Us Human. I want to finish that one for several reasons. It fulfills several prompts, and it's pretty quick reading. I think I can finish that one. Yeah, there's Animals Make Us Human. Killer Chardonnay. This one is actually very hard to put down. I force myself to put it down so that I can get some things done during the day, but yeah, I end up going back to it very, very quickly. This one, I might as well just, even if I just skim read this one, because I don't think he's going to say anything earth-shatteringly important in the remaining half of this book. So yeah, Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I can get through that Detectathon, follow the clues thing, and I really want to do that. The Queen. Yeah, I can knock that out. And Jade City. I really, really, really want to read Jade City. And La Belle et la Bête. Again, another pretty short read I should be able to finish, even though it is in French. I think, realistically, I can get through those. Or come pretty close. Hey there, just a couple of quick changes and one addition. I forgot to mention Night, which is a book by a refugee, and I still haven't located my copy of it. But if by some miracle I do find my copy of it, then yeah, add that to the list that I probably won't get to. And then a change. You know how I had one prompt left for the Pop Sugar Challenge, and that was an upside down image on the cover. Well, for one of the Habitica challenges, there's a prompt to read a book with a circus performer in it. So I went onto Hoopla and I found a kid's book about circus skills, DIY circus lab for kids. And on the cover, there's a kid doing a cartwheel or something, and he's upside down. So it works for the upside down image on the cover, it works for circus performer, so yay! I think that's it. I'm not going to say Happy New Year yet. In the meantime, let me know how your final week of the year is going. I would like to know what you're reading to usher out this year and send it packing. In the meantime, please like and subscribe, and see you around.